They say a house is just a house, bricks and wood, glass and nails. But some houses, some places, they take on a life of their own. They watch you. And if you're not careful, they take something from you. I know, because I lived in one. I was 8 when my family moved into that house. It was a fixer-upper, my dad said. A great investment. I remember standing in the driveway, looking up at the sagging roof, the cracked windows, and the dead tree in the front yard, and feeling something wrong. I didn't have the words for it then, but I knew. The house didn't want us there. The first few nights were quiet, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching me. My room was small, tucked away at the end of the hall, and the closet door never quite shut right. Then came the noises. Scratching in the walls. Soft footsteps in the hallway at night. My parents blamed rats, but no traps ever caught anything. I told myself it was just an old house settling, until the whispering started. It was faint at first, just a breath of sound when I was drifting off to sleep. But then it became clearer, a voice just under the surface of hearing, saying my name, calling me. I told my mom, but she brushed it off. My dad got angry when I insisted, so I stopped talking about it. I stopped sleeping too. Things got worse. I started waking up with scratches on my arms and legs. My parents thought I was doing it to myself, but I knew better. I felt something at night, something touching me. One night, I woke up gasping for breath. It felt like hands were pressing down on my chest, squeezing the air out of my lungs. I flailed, trying to scream, but nothing came out. Just as I thought I would black out, the pressure vanished, and I bolted upright, gasping. My room was empty, except for my closet door. It was open, wider than before. One night, I woke up to my closet door slowly creaking open. I held my breath, heart pounding. Something stepped out. A shadow, darker than the night around it, tall and thin with long, reaching fingers. It didn't have a face, but I knew it was looking at me. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't move. It came closer, slow and deliberate, and when it reached my bed, I felt something cold against my cheek. Then, it spoke.
You belong to me now.
The next thing I knew, it was morning. My parents found me curled up on the floor, unresponsive, my skin ice cold. They rushed me to the hospital, but the doctors found nothing wrong. After that, my parents finally started to believe me. My mom would wake up with bruises on her arms. My dad swore he heard a voice whisper his name when he was alone. Things moved on their own. Chairs scraping against the floor, lights flickering, doors slamming. And then, the worst night of all. I woke up to my mom screaming. I ran to their room and saw her standing in the corner, shaking, pointing at the mirror. My dad turned on the light. In the mirror, there was something standing behind her. A tall, thin figure, just like the one in my room. But this time, we all saw it. We moved out of that house a year later. My parents never talked about why, but I knew. They had started seeing it too. My mom caught glimpses in the mirror. My dad heard his name whispered when he was alone. But the thing is, you don't just leave a house like that. Years later, I got a call from my dad. He sounded shaken. He had gone back to check on the house, just to see it one last time before it was demolished. And he saw someone looking out from my old bedroom window. A child. A child who looked exactly like me. Then the phone cut out. My dad never called back. And when I tried to call him again, the line was dead. I don't know what happened to him. But every now and then, I wake up in the middle of the night, feeling that same heavy pressure on my chest. The house still remembers, and it's still watching.